Hi, and welcome to another video for Aperture Speaks. And this week I'm going to be looking at creating a Dreamy effect. Basically the image will be with sort of like a blown out sort of highlights, a bit of overexposure, some color toning added, and also with some bokeh as well. So we'll just sort of get started. This is the image I'm beginning with. It was on Blossom from last spring, just like a standard image, just like hanging around. And first thing I want to do is just create a new layer and fill this with black. Now this really doesn't actually take that much Photoshop knowledge to do, so it can actually be quite easy. We're just going to render in a lens flare. Now I need to think about where I actually want this to go. So if I just cancel out, I can look here that most of the light's coming from this upper corner. So I could actually probably put it here, then having some more focus to be down here in the image. So we'll do that. So render lens flare. So upper right corner, let's boost this up a little bit. 170 will probably be enough. And so it comes in now, and you can see this here. And you can see the image underneath. Best thing to actually do is use screen, because what screen does is it will actually hide the black and basically merge the whites together. So this is the first part. Don't worry, it will look a little bit better in a minute. I actually downloaded a texture for some bokeh, so I'm just going to pick a random one I have here. Let's move it across. I'm just going to resize it. Just thinking once again that this part here I want to have clear, so we just click OK to that, and we'll just set that to overlay, and we'll just reduce that down a little bit for around about 60, because we don't really want to have too much contrast. Okay, so the next bit we're going to do is load up a solid color. Now, I would actually go for a bit of a pinkish color if I can, mainly because the image has some pink within the blossom itself. Pink is also a sort of blossomy color. Gonna go maybe a bit darker, pastely a bit dark. And this time I'm gonna set the blending mode to screen. I'm just gonna bring that down as well. It's not an exact science, where you set things, but you do have to think about the image itself. Okay, this time I'm going to do another solid color layer, and I'm just going to drop this in past the yellow, more highlighted. Set it to overlay. That's looking okay. And once again, just bring that back down. So what you have is really this sort of yellowish and purple and sort of pinky purple sort of toning. And now you can sort of balance out the dominance of one or the dominance of the other. Okay, now I'm going to bring in a gradient, and we need to double click into here. Oops. What I want to have is the one which goes from 100% here to 0% on the opacity. So I'm going to choose yeah, I'll probably choose like here. Some sort of like a brownish color. I was really hoping to see if I could get a slightly more, but I think that will do. So we'll click OK on there. On this one, what I'm going to do is just make this a little bit bigger, make the scale of the gradient bigger. And we'll click OK. And then we will set that to soft light. And really what that's done is sort of just darkened this part here. Now what I could actually do, if I want to go back in, is actually just set the adjustment slightly so it sort of goes more with the direction of the light. And what I'll do is the next one, which is going to be another gradient. You want to set this gradient to white. Now we need to reverse it, so you have the white at the top. But I'll also change the angle as well a little bit, just so it correlates with the lighting effect we already put in on the image. So we'll click OK. And with this one, I'm just gonna set it to soft light, and it sort of brings in that highlight area there. Now, you can't really move the lens there because I'm actually thinking it would possibly look better there. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to delete this layer, and I'm not duplicate. I'm just going to delete this layer and actually add a new one in, which you can do, and set it more into the top corner because I think it'll probably look better there. So let's go lens flare. And once again, set that to screen. Yeah, and you're getting slightly more blown out at the top. Now what you can do, which I will probably do, is I'll choose another texture. I'll just randomly pick one. Oh, that one that's not too bad. And I'll just scale this in. I'll set that one to overlay as well. And bring down the opacity slightly. Still not happy with this lens flare effect. I might actually just take it out. Because it's not... Oh, it's actually... Maybe just take that down a bit as well. There we go. That sort of fixed the problem there. Now you can notice that the actual image is not that contrasted, and that's for a reason. If we were to just get the curves adjustment and bring this in, you can see why, because it's just going to look really ridiculous. So the whole idea is that it's not a contrast, it's not a heavily contrasted image. What you can do is with a curve adjustment, just tweak a little bit what you have. Maybe bring that highlights up, maybe bring the midtones in a little bit if you wanted to. Personally, I'm quite happy with what I've got there. And there we go. So this is it. This is a Dreamy effect. I hope you like it. If you do like it, remember just like the video, share the video, and get it out there and let your friends see it. You can catch me on my blog, which is aperture64.wordpress.com. You can also catch me on Twitter, which is @aperture64, and you can also catch me on Facebook, which is facebook.com/aperture64. This time typing out 64. Until next week, goodbye.